Well, we've taken a little interlude from our day at John Daly's house to pop down to the ballpark to watch his son, John Daly Jr., try his hand at minor league baseball. Let's go and see if sport runs in the family. So how nice is it for you to get the time to come and watch your son play sports of his own, be at home for the weekend and come and enjoy this kind of atmosphere?
Oh, it's nothing better than this. I mean, it's great. I mean, it's a little warm for you guys, isn't it?
It's a lot warmer than at home, but I'm not going to complain, right? It's nice to be here in the heat, watching some American sport. Is he a bit of a sportsman, do you think? Is he going to turn into his dad? Is he going to be a baseball player? What do you reckon for LJ?
I just love that he loves all the sports. I mean, he plays American football. He loves to play football, soccer. He plays golf, a lot of golf. He plays baseball and basketball. So, you know, it's great that, you know, because kids nowadays are sitting on computers and playing Xbox, which Little John does, but most of the time during the day he's out playing sports. And it's just great.
So when you're on tour, how much does he get to come with you?
Oh, all the time.
Does he?
Yeah.
He comes to most events now, because you have full custody of Little John, don't you? So he lives with you and you take main care of him?
Yeah, and I homeschool him, which helps. So we can do the homeschool on the road or wherever. And but you know, as much as he's loving sports and needs to be around some kids.
And he is John Patrick Daly too, right?
Yeah.
The second.
Yeah.
I love it, Little John. It must be so frustrating, because you've had the elbow surgery, haven't you, in the summer?
Yeah.
Why have you got something on the wrist?
Well, it keeps me from bending it too bad, because it's healed up well after 9 weeks.
Oh, wow, it has.
Yeah, it's just 4 screws in there, and it's just doing really good.
That is 9 weeks.
Yeah, 9 weeks. Can you believe that? That's what you call a
That's
damn
neat.
good doctor right there,
that
huh?
is neat.
Yeah,
Oh, I see. So the wrist brace stops you turning in a way that you'd hurt the elbow. Okay.
Yeah.
And what's the recovery time? When do you think you'll be fully fit again?
He gave me the okay to start hitting irons again.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, he said don't do it on hard pan or anything or hard dirt, but just go out and hit you some 5 and 6 irons and see how it feels. So next week, so I'll be playing in October.
You will
early
be, because
October.
you are okay. Because how frustrating has it been for you to sit out? But I think you realised it had to be done, right?
I couldn't take it anymore after 6 years of this. I fought through a lot. I was in the last 7 or 8 tournaments of the year before the FedEx Cup, and which are always my favorite tournaments. You know, Greenbrier I withdrew, and then had John Deere, British Open. I hate missing the British Open.
Past champion.
Come back, play Canada, which, you know, I love the Canadians so much, and then Reno, and then to the PGA Championship, and then North Carolina Wyndham. Those are tournaments that last year I played, you know, pretty decent in, and not at worst not being able to be in the last 4 qualifying tournaments on the web.com. Now I have really no status whatsoever, and it sucks, to be honest with you.
Well, we're back from baseball. I'm back in my favourite room in the house. And look who I found. The king. Not Arnold Palmer, of course. The music king, Elvis Presley. Back here with another king, John Daly. Or the lion, I should say. For another little chat. But we've just seen you watching LJ, Little John, playing baseball. Try and describe the relationship that you two have for me, because he travels on the road with you, you were saying, all the time, doesn't he? It must be a real strong father-son bond.
It's awesome. I mean, you know, it's something I didn't have a chance to do with my daughters. Different circumstances, of course, different wives. But, nah, he's just a great kid. And, you know, homeschooling, it's just easier being on the road to just to homeschooling. But probably next year or the year after, I'll put him in school because he wants to play team sports.
It's amazing to see the John Daly you are now to perhaps the John Daly you were a decade or so ago. Is it fair to say that at one time alcohol dominated, perhaps, more than it should have done?
Yeah, I drank a lot. I wasn't a guy that had to have it every day. When I went to Betty Ford, they classified me as a binge drinker. You know, I could go 7, 8 days and drink, and then not drink for 3 months. You know, but you know, now it's more about him and my daughters, and trying to rebuild career and trying to, you know, my left side of my body's about 14, 15. My right side feels like it's 97. So, you know, but it just comes with all the balls. The loading on the right hip, the flash of the camera in '07 really hurt me. You know, I fractured 2 ribs, separated my shoulder, tore this up, and so this is probably just one of a few surgeries that I'll probably be having because of that incident. That
was when a lady jumped over the ropes, right, and interfered in your backswing.
Yeah, and I drop kicked it, and I tried to stop, and it just, the whole right side of me just collapsed.
What prompted you to give up the booze?
Well, I didn't have, a lot of times back in the early 90s, you know, I was forced to go to rehab, and that's one thing you can't do. You can't force anybody to quit something. You can't force anybody to start something. So the last pretty much 4 years of my life, I don't know, I had the band put in, which kept me from drinking beer, which was, you know, something I probably needed because beer adds a lot of weight. I can only live in this moment, live in this day, and not worry about tomorrow. Just get through each day and see what it plays out.
And what about the lap band you mentioned that you had fitted to lose weight? Why did you decide to do that and to take the matter into your hands in the kind of surgical way?
Well, I was up to 324 pounds when I had the surgery. Got down to 178 pounds, but I was just sick. I was too skinny. I'm right at 230 right now. It's probably more than what I want to be. 215, I think, would be my good fighting weight, where I feel real healthy. But I get under that, I get weak, I get tired, I lose energy, and I'm just a guy that's going to be fat. You know, and I'm big boned, so, you know, I felt like I looked great when I lost the weight, but I didn't feel good, and I was very weak. And I know Carl Peterson, he lost 30 or 40 pounds a couple years ago, and he said he felt just as bad as I did. And, you know, some people, it's just different strokes for different folks, I guess, you know.
So no beer, not too much food, but chocolate milk instead?
Oh yeah, gotta have my chocolate milk.
We've spoken about golf a little bit. We've spoken about how the power is important to you. We all know John Daly for your power hitting. Should we get out there and have a look?
Yeah.
But before we do, can we go and get changed and ready for golf? Because I'm with John Daly. I've got to wear the right stuff.
Got some hot mouth?
Let's go.
All right, let's do it.
Let's go check out the wardrobe. Come in here. I tell you what, look at this. This is a wardrobe I'm jealous of. John, talk me through this. I've got to start with these sports jackets.
Well, you know, I was never a guy. I always hated to wear sport coats and ties and all that. But when Loudmouth came along, it's just easy to throw one of those on because I love them. T-shirt and jeans. And, you know, if you got a pair of socks on in Arkansas, it's considered a three-piece suit anyway, so.
Ideal. Right, you see, I've changed, so should all of you. Let's just pick out a few of these. Which is your favourite? I mean, there's dollar bills, there's poker cards, there's different, you know, there's totally different fabrics. Which has been your favourite one to wear?
Well, I think when I travel overseas, I always like to wear my Old Glory, or even in the, you know, I'm home, I like to wear the Old Glory and the American one. This is a cool one, you know.
That is cool.
This might be one of my favorite ones. I don't know. That's pretty good. But the greatest thing about all this is you could get dressed in the dark and you're going to match. We've got some slacks back here.
Oh, wow. Doesn't stop with the jackets.
No, I mean.
Oh, my goodness.
But I have something special for you.
Oh, what's this?
And I'm going to put on to go play golf.
He's got the Union Jack.
Hey.
I love that, John.
When we first met, and it was love at first sight. Red Truth's my favorite. Come on, y'all.
Well, I've been suitably serenaded. I hope you have been too. That's the end of our John Daly special on Golfing World.
No rock guitar, Loudmouth, you know, it's got them all. Stay tuned for verse 2 and 3, coming soon to you.